I'm Laura Ray, and I'm back with Luxe for Less. Now, what does Luxe for Less mean? It means that these are products I feel have formulations that give you that higher end feel, have good longevity, and perform just like some that I've tried that are high end. Let's start with foundation. On this side of my face, I am wearing the brand new Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation. I love it. It goes on the skin nicely, easy to blend, and I think gives a gorgeous luminous glow. But I have something from the drugstore to share with you that is just as great, and I think actually has a little better longevity and coverage. And that's from Milani. It's their Glow Hydrating Skin Tint. Now, I've tried this in multiple shades. It took me a little bit of time to get the right shade, and I found that for my skin, the light to medium 210 is what I got, and for a long time this was sold out, but this has actually been out a little while, and now it's easier to get, and I will have all the links beneath the description of the video that will take you over to the product. I have a couple more products from Milani that I want to share with you that I think are so impressive, so affordable for what you are getting. Now, the Milani Glow Drops I've talked about before. I love wearing these under some of the foundations I already own that I feel are maybe a little too matte. It gives me a glow. It's a beautiful primer underneath makeup. You could wear it alone if you just wanted a more natural look and didn't have anything to cover. But I have some redness, broken capillaries, a few darker spots on my face. So I really love wearing at least a skin tint. So I enjoy wearing this under my foundation. It also keeps your skin very hydrated. So this time of year when the weather is so cold and there's not much moisture in the air and we're getting very dry skin, I think these are amazing. Now, another product I love from Milani is their No Pore Zone Primer. This is a silicone-based primer, and it gives you that feel in your skin where it's just like silk and powdery. What I find is this helps with fine lines and pores. So I really like this. I talked recently about the older product from L'Oreal, their silicone primer, and I find that I think I might even like this better. I've given it more of a chance and worked with it more. I like that it's in a tube. They actually say on the tube that it's their product they had before, but you're getting 50% more product. But I love this, the way this makes my skin look, and it helps my makeup to look a lot smoother. Recently on my live stream, I had shared that I had bought the Lancome concealer that everyone's raving about, and it actually dried my eye area. It just didn't work for me. It was beautiful, it was very thin, but I found it was very drying in my under eye. But I liked the look that it gave, but not the feel. And I also didn't like the look as it wore on through the day. So what I found that was a much better option for me was from Ulta Beauty, from their brand, and it's their Youthful Glow Concealer. This gave me the same thinness to work with, some luminosity. It did not dry out my under eyes. I found it was very moisturizing. It didn't get into creases. There's such a price difference because I believe the Lancome was around $28 and this was around $9. And then Ulta's always running these great sales where you get 50% off if you buy two things. So I really lucked out with this purchase. Another great concealer that I am enjoying so much, it's hard for me to even tell you yet what's my favorite because I love the three that I'm going to show you. But this is brand new from Revlon. It's their Colorstay Skin Awaken, and it's got caffeine in it. Now, actually, it comes just like the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind in a brightener shade and also in Universal. Now, when I went to buy the brightener, it was sold out, but now it's back and I just bought it, so I'll share that with you coming up soon. But this is the Universal here, and then I also bought a shade, let's see, light beige, number 25. And I love these. They have a little sponge on the end, but what I like about it is it goes on a lot like the Ulta one. Very thin, very moisturizing, not getting in creases, blends easily, and gives a beautiful finish in the end for the under eye. I am really reluctant to put concealer under my eyes because usually it makes them look worse. But this doesn't because the formula is so thin and it's very pigmented. Now, the third one I wanted to share with you, that all of these lower price concealers I'm sharing, I feel can beat these high-end. They're really excellent. And it's the Bear With Me from NYX. This concealer serum I also talked about in my live stream. It is beautiful. It blends out, and I've actually worn it as a foundation. You can tap this on, blend it out, and get beautiful coverage, and sort of just cover the areas where you need it. I like that it doesn't sink into fine lines. It has a little bit of a glow to it, but not over the top. As you can see, it's got a little pump, and a little bit goes a long way. So these new concealers that are at the drugstore, they're adding a lot of skincare ingredients. And that's why I think they're blending so much better, looking better on the skin. So these are 3 of my favorites that seem very luxurious. One more foundation I wanted to share that is so unique and seems like something that would cost $50, $60, $70 is from L'Oreal. They're Age Perfect. It's a brand new 4-in-1 tinted balm. It is unlike anything I've ever used. I've never used a product like this. I actually bought it in 2 shades, the light and then also in the medium. Now the medium was a little deep for me. I'm usually on the end of light foundation. So when you look at the scale of shades, I'm usually the last one in a neutral. I find that neutral looks the best on my skin than a cool or too warm. But both of these blended together, depending on the time of year, gives me a great look. But right now I'm a little paler and the light works for me. But this is so thin, when I go into it, it feels like water, not like a foundation. And I find that the best way to apply this on my skin is with my fingers and just sort of rub it into the skin, sort of like you see the makeup artist Lisa Eldridge do. When she does foundation, she recently did a video about, I think, patchwork, like how she mixes the concealers and the foundations to give a flawless look on the skin. And she just takes little by little and works a small section until it just has a very smooth, flawless look. And that's sort of what I've been doing with this. I just take little areas, work it until I've covered everything that I need to. But wow, it is gorgeous. It is unique. It gives a very natural look on the skin. I think it's perfect for a mature woman. And this seems like a very luxurious high-end product. A few months ago on Risa Does Makeup, she talked about this palette from Wet n Wild. I didn't know if I'd ever be able to get it. It was the craziest thing. It only came out at Walmart, and then she said a bunch of people went to order it, and if you lived in certain areas of the country, Walmart wouldn't deliver it to you. It was crazy and I'm sure frustrating, but now it's available on Amazon. And I purchased it. It was around $11. It's called Always Naked. And I think this is one of their top palettes of all time. I'm wearing it today in the video. I'm just having so much fun with this. They are nudes with some very warm shades. You have some that maybe are a little bit cool. Beautiful sparkle. Now, I probably won't use this one. It does have glitter in it. But there's some with shimmer that it seems like a very high-end shimmer. If you took these and you put them in fancy packaging, no one would be able to tell they're Wet n Wild. These are incredible. They last on the eyes. I did an eye look the other day when I came home from work. It looked the same. It really looked beautiful, very high-end. This competes with some of the shadows I bought over the holidays from Tarte. So those were much pricier, and I am absolutely loving this palette. Another product that Milani put out a while ago, but is a lot easier to find right now, is this palette. I've shared it in another video. What I love about this is that same concept that Charlotte Tilbury has with her all-in-one palettes. Now, all you need is this because it's got blush. It's got different shades of eyeshadow for the crease if you want a little bit of shimmer. It's got a highlighter, everything all in one, and it's around the $14, $15 price mark. Incredible. Again, these are shadows that when I put them on, they last all day. They look high-end on the skin. If you told somebody, oh, I just spent $200 on makeup at Sephora and this is the look, people would go, wow, you look amazing. And it would be this Milani palette. It is one of the best things that they've made. I love their blushes, especially like the Luminoso and the Baked blushes. I think they're amazing. They also compete with high-end, but I'm so happy to have a palette that's travel-friendly, that's all-in-one, and so affordable. So many of you have asked me to try some Laura Gellar products. So I purchased a couple of blushes. I bought her powder blush in 2 different shades. I've been trying them out, and this is one of the blushes. It's called Apricot Berry. These are gorgeous because you get that blend of shades. It looks very luminous on the face. But I have something that's a lot less expensive that I feel is just as great. And again, it's from Ulta Beauty. I know that Emily Noel has talked quite a bit about these, and I had been seeing them a lot at Ulta, and I just finally took the plunge. And this one is Santorini Sun. Now, sometimes these are hard to get in store. What I find is I go there and they have maybe one shade. So buying them online is much easier. You can get the palette you want because they come in 3 different shades. But boy, look at all the products you get. This one is much less expensive than the Laura Geller. And in this case, you're getting a bronzer, a blush, and a highlighter instead of one blush. Now you can just dip your brush in there, swirl around, and go on the cheeks. I have used this today on my cheeks, and I've used it a bazillion times, and I love it. It doesn't seem to use up either. I've used this quite a bit. There's still tons of product. It looks like I haven't even used it, but it is gorgeous on the skin and at a very affordable price. Another great Ulta Beauty brand blush is this one called Sweet Rose. I believe these are newer palettes they've come out with. What they really remind me of are the NARS blushes. I do have those, and I've been sort of testing the 2 on my arms. Now, I'm not saying they're a dupe or shade dupe, but there is a familiarity to these where you go, oh, those remind me of NARS. These are very affordable. Now, the palette I got was the Rose. They had one in coral. They had a deeper shade for a deeper skin tone. So beautiful. I love these. I think they're a great find and seem very luxurious. Now, the palette does have a mirror with it. So if you're wanting to take this someplace, you would have a really nice mirror to sit and look and put your blush on. But these are some of my favorite shades. I think a beautiful rose is a little harder to find, and this gives you some great options. Not long ago on Amazon, I was looking and I found this palette from NYX. They're 3 Steps to Sculpt. Now, this is an older product that's been out a while, but I bought it for a song. Sometimes on Amazon, these products that have been out 6 months, a year, you can find amazing prices. And I am loving it. I shared this also on the live stream because we were talking about affordable makeup, and I only paid a few dollars for this on sale. And it's got a banana powder in it, which I love because a lot of times when you get these palettes, you're getting blushes, but you're not getting a face powder that you can use, so you have to have a separate face powder. This, you have your contour, highlighter, and face powder all in one. Now, another great find are these Paw Paw Sponges I've been talking about. These are so fantastic. You get a huge bag of these for $10. Now, we all know the Beauty Blender costs $20. So for half the price, you get actually a sponge that's better. I love this better than the Beauty Blender. It puffs up, it's so soft, it does beautiful with the makeup. Now, what I do is just take the sponge and I go right into that banana powder and just touch up. Now, banana powder is a beautiful highlighter if you don't want a lot of glow. Some of us don't always want this glowy skin, or we feel it might accentuate our wrinkles, so we want something a little more of a satin finish and not so matte either. But this powder I really like. I'm wearing the contour today. I don't always contour my face because I have sort of a thinner face where contour isn't always the best thing for my face, but I have today, and I really enjoy this powder because it really brightens the skin up, and I really like the highlighter too. I have talked so much about the Merit Brow Gel, and I love it. It has the most gorgeous luxe packaging. It runs around $24, and I do feel it's worth it. It looks beautiful in the brows. But if that is not in your budget, or you just don't want to spend that on brow product, I have one that I'm loving, and it's from NYX. This is their brand new Thicket Stick It. I love that name. A lot of brow gels are just coloring. They're not fibers in them. So they color your brows, cover gray hair in the brows, but they don't thicken them. This has actual fibers in it. Now, the brush itself is pretty small, and even for someone like me with very fine brows, I don't get it on my skin or anything, and it really does thicken my brows. Now, what I like to do is go in with this first, and then I take like a very fine brow pencil and fill in any areas that have little holes, or I just don't have hair that grows there. But I am really loving this, and it competes with high-end. Let's talk about some skincare. Neutrogena has just come out with their Micellar Cleansing Milk. I love this stuff. It took off my makeup. It just left my skin feeling great. It has no fragrance in it, which for those of us with sensitive skin, we really appreciate that. I've had some micellar waters that have actually broken me out in a rash. So I really was reluctant to try anymore or be involved with micellar water. And then when I saw this and it said fragrance free and it was from Neutrogena, I purchased it and wanted to try it. So I'm loving this. It did a beautiful job on my skin, took off all my makeup, and it seems like something you would pay a lot of money for. In this, you're getting 6.7 ounces. I used so little when I put it on my face. So this is going to last a very long time. I talk a lot about lip scrubs, things for the lips, because when I use those products, I see a huge difference. My lips look so much fuller. That gives me a much more youthful appearance, and my lips just feel better. Nobody likes lips that are cracked or dry because they hurt. They actually hurt. So I've tried several lip overnight treatments, including the Laneige, which I do like, but I found one at Ulta, and this is their brand, the Ulta brand again. Boy, they just are hitting a home run. This is an overnight lip mask, but I feel like this is something I just want to keep on my lips during the day. It comes with a little spatula to dig into it, but boy, does it feel amazing on the lips. And I think works just as good as any of the very expensive overnight lip treatments. Amazon sent me this affordable gem, and I'm going to repurchase it myself. I sometimes have loved some CeraVe products and some have not been my favorite. This is a favorite. What's unique about this and seems high-end is the formula. It's their hydrating hyaluronic acid serum. Typically, the hyaluronic acid products I've used have been liquid serums. This is like a cream gel, very unique for this kind of a product. And what I love is it sinks in, gives so much moisture on my skin, and is perfect under makeup. This works great. When I wake up in the morning, if my skin even feels the least bit dry after I've washed my face, the first thing I've been putting on is this. I've almost used up the whole container, and I have so much skincare I'm trying that rarely happens. I usually use about 3/4 of something, and then I'm trying something else. This I won't give up. I love it that much. Now it's got ceramides in it, and they call it a gel cream formula, and it's also got vitamin B5, and it says it instantly gives you softer skin. I totally agree with that. Now this is around $15, $16 price point, but you're using a small amount. I feel like it's lasted me quite a while. And as I said, I've got about a third left. I'm gonna go ahead and order this because I feel like for my sensitive skin, this is very calming. It's my favorite product from CeraVe I've ever used. And so I will repurchase myself. Let's talk about lips. e.l.f. has recently come out with a glossy lip stain. I bought 3 shades and I'm wearing it right now. I really like these. They go on with the texture of water. They're very thin. They don't stay glossy for hours and hours. I would say they're probably glossy for an hour or so, but as they wear off, your lips are stained, which is great for someone like me that doesn't have time during the day to touch up their makeup. So the shade I'm wearing is Fiery Red. But I also bought Spicy Sienna and also Berry Queen. I really like these. Now there's not a lot of product in them, but the price is so affordable, it's so low that if you find a shade you like, it will definitely be something that would be easier to repurchase because of the low price point. Most of these kind of lip stains are pretty expensive, so I think what e.l.f. did was they put it in this adorable packaging with maybe a little less product in it, but more affordable. Ulta is really upping their game because their line of makeup, I have found so many products, and I'm still testing some others right now that I feel are just as good as high-end. Now their Radiance Shine Lipstick, oh my gosh, gorgeous. Beautiful formula, glossy on the lips, stays on a long time, very hydrating. I bought 2 shades, this red and the rose shade, and I'll put the numbers in the description of the video. They just have numbers on the packaging. But boy, are they beautiful. They're quickly becoming a favorite lipstick of mine, even beating some of these major makeup brands. So if you haven't tried these from Ulta, I think this is one you need to look into. Lip liners are so important, especially as we age. I know that my lips have lost some of the definition that they had in the last few years, and my gua sha tool has really helped with bringing that back. but I also feel I need something more. So I pretty much never go anywhere without lip liner on. And I'd heard some good things about Kokie. Now, I tried Kokie a couple of years ago maybe, but I really hadn't dove into the brand much. So I ordered several things from them, and I am loving the lip pencils. They are very good at staying on. I drew in my hand, let it sit for hours, I would rub it, and some of the product came off, but nowhere near other lip liners from the drugstore. So I feel like these are really great. Now, one shade that I love because it will go with so many lipsticks I have, or I could wear it on its own with a little gloss, is Dusty Rose. It's that beautiful combination of a nude and pink that many of us love to wear, that goes with everything in our wardrobe for the most part. And then I bought True Red because I have been wearing a lot of red. So that's what I'm wearing right now. I outlined my lips or lined them with the True Red, and then I went in with the e.l.f. Lip stain. And that's a great way to keep your lip stains looking better too, is to go ahead and line your lips. Then when you put those stains on, they last so much better. The winner of last week's giveaway is in the first pinned comment beneath the video, and I want to thank Your Face Pillow for reaching out to me and offering to do a giveaway of the pillow. I have some exciting news. We're going to have another giveaway for another Your Face Pillow. I thought, how perfect, because this is Luxe for Less, and there are pillows out on the market that are over $200 that are saying they do the same thing as the Your Face Pillow, which runs $79, around that price range. And then I have a code too, LaraRay10, where you can get 10% off the pillow. Now, I love this pillow because I used to wake up with lines in my face. A lot of times when I sleep, I'll put my hand under my face and my nail may get into my face. I would wake up with nail marks, with a wrinkle, and they didn't just disappear in 5 minutes. It wouldn't have been as big of a deal. I would see that mark in my face 2 hours after I was already at work. I would still see it. So I really found I needed to do something, and that's why I started looking into the pillow. Now, it is also great for my neck, for my puffy under eyes. My daughter is trying it right now for acne on her skin. I gave her a pillow to see if that would help, and I wish I had had that many years ago for my own acne. So if you're interested, just leave me a comment underneath the video. I would love it if you're subscribed to the channel, and if you enjoyed this video and would like more like this, if you give the video a thumbs up. Now, I also wanted to tell you, if you don't know, I do live streams on Wednesday at 6 o'clock Eastern Time. I have all kinds of great topics we're going to be talking about. We've talked about affordable beauty. I did one live stream on beauty tools. All of these stay up for the replay if you can't make it, but I would love to have you there. We get so many great discussions going on in the comments. It's just like a big beauty party. So I want to invite you to that. I hope you have a beautiful week, and I'll see you soon.